Hello. Happy Saturday. How are you? My hair is lopsided now. It's going to drive me crazy, but it's okay. It was yanked up in a ponytail and I slammed it down. Yes. How is everybody doing? Drop a one in the chat if you can hear me. There's two people in here. Hey there, Mrs. Living in Hope. How are you? Happy Saturday. Yeah, I'm not gonna be on here long. I just wanted to hop in and say hello. We just got back from California. We got home Wednesday morning. We technically flew into New York Tuesday night, but by the time we realized his car seat wasn't with us, we didn't leave the airport till after 12. I'm well. I'm well. I'm glad you're good too. Yeah, just I'm exhausted in all honesty. We were gone for 8 days and it was Sugar Bear's had like a little bit of regression since we came back, and so he wants to be held. He's been with family for all that time and being held and played with and lots of attention, and so he's wanting to keep that up. Like the first day back, I dropped him off at school. I knew he was going to be cranky because he probably had like 6 hours of sleep because we didn't get home until I think we got into our maybe like 2 a.m. I'm looking at him like he can help. Anyway, so he's had a little bit of regression. So I'm tired, but I'm happy and good and all that stuff. Hey, Lonnie, everything is going great. Hey, love, how are you? Hopefully you guys can hear me. I'm just yammering away, but I'm gonna be obsessed with my lopsided hair too. Oh my god. Yeah, so we're getting it through, but we went out there for his birthday celebration with the family, so that was nice. And it was just good. It was good to get away. Although I rented a car and the only place I drove was from the airport to my sister's and from my sister's to the airport. I had all these grand ideas of places I was going to go with who I'm not sure, but it was all good. It was all good. Yeah, but we had a good old backyard barbecue. And okay, Lonnie, thank you. We had a good old backyard barbecue. I made potato salad. I made deviled eggs. We had roasted corn on the cob. Had 2 big juicy watermelons. Cut those up. And then we had pork ribs, like hand cut pork ribs, which at first my sister was a little annoyed because they weren't like all connected. But what they did is they cut them individually so they could cut the fat off. They were juicy. And then drumettes for the baby and drums and thighs for my mom. So that was good. And there was my sister's husband is a biker. So like a lot of people from his club came, which was nice because Sugar Bear is not really around men, let alone men of color. So it was nice. And they were all like, hey, little man. And, it was cute. He got some cute outfits, some little like polo pullover shirts and shorts. So yeah, we had a good time. And he started walking while he was there. I think my mom kept holding his hand because he got like little scratches on his knees. And she was like, well, if you just walk, you don't have to be on your knees. And so that kind of kicked it off. And then when I dropped him off at school Wednesday, they were like, yeah, he walked all day and he's walking around here. So the dogs are going to be in trouble sooner rather than later. They can still outrun him now, but he's picking up speed. He's on a mission. Hey, Sandra. So yeah, it's just been a little, like trying to get settled back in. He did not go to swim class today. He actually hasn't gone all of June. I paid for the whole month and he didn't go. So I canceled it today. I did a drop. He still has 4 makeup classes. So I'm going to use those for July and then like register him for a class for August. Can you guys believe it's going to be August soon? Yeah, so like he has a membership. You pay like a membership, annual membership fee. So he can still use his like makeup classes. But because he has 4, I'm like, let's just do that in July instead of trying to have a regular class and 4 makeups. Yeah, it's so crazy. So Operation Big Brother. It's a little, I'm not going to say it's off track. I'm not going to claim that. It's on and popping. However, since the trip, Sugar Bear started nursing more again. Like we had been weaning, and so he was only doing nighttime nursing, nighttime breastfeeding, and I hadn't been pumping. I still am not pumping at work. He was going to school with first formula, and then right after his birthday, I started sending him with Ripple for kids, which if you my age, Ripple is something totally different. This is not for kids, but this is like a pea-based milk that I heard about in one of my mom groups, and it has like high DHA and omega-3s. It's good for brain development. So he had been having that. Well, I nursed him. He was on the plane. He was not a happy camper, so I nursed him on the plane. They also say that's good for takeoff so their ears don't pop. And then like so that's how we started the trip, like at takeoff. And it hasn't stopped since. Like he barely wanted to drink the Ripple while we were there. And before we left, he had already been drinking out of a cup. He goes to school with a cup and a straw. I sent him yesterday with bottles. Although I talked to the therapist and she was like, don't regress with him. So easier said than done. Anyway, I say all that to say, in order to start, I talked to Dr. McConnell on Thursday, and in order to start my meds, I have to be 100% completely off of breastfeeding, done with breastfeeding. So I have to work on that. But now I don't know if it's because he's in toddler class. He knows how to throw a fit, and he is throwing a fit about not having access to breast milk. So path of least resistance for today because we needed to recharge from our trip, but we'll get on the wagon again tomorrow. But I did do my so I don't know if I told you guys this. I switched immunologist, reproductive immunologist. So I'm going with this Dr. Jonathan Schur. And I think I said that. I feel like I said, I don't know. I told it to somebody, girl. I might be telling it to you again. But he had been worried about my age. And so, but then after he saw the note from the MFM and he talked to Dr. McConnell, he was okay to go forward. He was just like, oh, it'll be too high risk. He didn't want to be involved. But now he saw all my stats and he was good. So he wanted to do a glucose tolerance test, the GTT. It's a 2-hour test. So I had 3 blood draws. So I did that yesterday. Got the test result today, came back fine. I am going to see him on Monday, early morning for a physical exam. I've already had my SHG, saline. Oh my God, why do I always forget what the H stands for? But you guys know. So I had that. Everything looked fine. There was no issues. Like no polyps, no visible fibroids. We know I have that one that's like 2 by 2 by 2 or whatever. It hasn't changed, and nobody's worried about the location, meaning not Columbia, not the immunologist, and not the MFM. So that is there. I had my blood work, bless you, done by Dr. McConnell. And the only thing that's a little wonky is my A1C was at 5.7, which they want the cutoff to be at 5.6. So she just basically told me to cut down on carbs, which I had increased my carbs because I had been nursing, and to get that extra calorie, like I needed between 350 to 500 calories because I was losing so much weight because I wasn't having enough calories. So I started having carbs, and that was quite the rabbit hole. I had Cinnamon Toast Crunch and vanilla ice cream more than once for my bedtime treat to get the calories in. And so now, like, trying to break the sugar is hard, but I'm good. I bought monk fruit. I got the liquid. I took that to work. I've got the granules, which I have at home. So the Diet Coke, I've got a kick. There's no sugar in there, but what it does is it makes me crave sugar. Do you know what I mean? And carbs. So we're going to get it all the way together. No more Wendy's, Frosties, Popeye's biscuits, filet of fish, all the stuff that I shouldn't be eating. We got to get rid of that. So, and then also I need a mammogram and I need a pap smear because my last pap smear was 2021. At my age, you only need them every 3 years anyway. Because I think I'm more likely to have ovarian cancer than uterine cancer, whatever that statistic is. So I thought I was gonna squeak by with no mammogram because I did an ultrasound because I was still nursing and that would have been painful, but they want the whole shebang. So I have my mammogram. I have something next Friday. I think the pap smear is next Friday, and then the mammogram is the Tuesday after that. They cannot do my TSH, the thyroid, or the prolactin until that's for Dr. Schur until I'm done with breastfeeding, which is giving me angst because I'm like, I know he doesn't need it anymore, but like mentally he needs it, and I don't like to see him like falling out, especially because he's sleepy when he's doing it. So he's definitely not reasonable. Not that a 1-year-old should be reasonable, but he's definitely like not my little distraction tactics where I do like a little song and get him to laugh. None of that. He's having none of that. So it is what it is at this point. So after I have all that done, we should be able to get clearance from Dr. Lasala. She's got a Sure wants a letter of medical clearance before he starts any meds for me. So hopefully we're looking at starting end of July. And by starting, it would be I'm going to start with S trace and because I have not had a period, and based on my numbers, like my FSH was 70 something, and my I can't remember what the estrogen was. I want to say it was like 7. Um, don't quote me on that. But so the doctor says, Dr. McConnell was like, it looks like you're in menopause. So, which was what Dr. Lasala told me at my 6-week checkup. She was not that I was in menopause, but she said you might just go into it while you're breastfeeding and you might just never get a period again. So it seems like that's going to happen. So we're going to do the S-trace and the progesterone patches in order to cause a bleed. And then after that, that'll be like a period, and then we'll start the cycle. So she's not going to have me do Lupron this time because we did it to suppress last time on the sugar bear cycle, because the cycle before that I had ovulated through the med. So that's kind of what's going on. It honestly is except for the like, how am I going to navigate not breastfeeding, it's way less stressful than the road to sugar bear. And I don't know if that's because like I have sugar bear and I'm like, I got one that this next one is a bonus baby, or if it's just like I know it can work, and so I'm not as stressed of like, is this ever gonna work? I don't know, but it just feels different this time. So we'll see. Now, mind you, after the transfer, we'll see how it, that I could be a nervous wreck, a basket case at that point. But yeah, that's kind of what's going on. I don't know if you guys saw my short earlier. He's walking. So that's posted here on the channel. If you just look at the shorts, he's walking and he's talking. He can say things like up when he wants to be picked up. He can say bye bye. His wave is not like this though. It's kind of like he's still trying to figure out how to wave. He can play patty cake. He struggles with the roll them up, but he's getting better, which that's good for brain development when you're doing right and left activities together, right and left brain hemispheres engaged. And he knows a little bit of he knows the sign language for up, but now he can say the word up. He likes to be picked up if you haven't figured that out. Bye bye. He can say mama. I feel like I'm forgetting one, but anyway, his vocalization is coming along, which is the cutest thing. And yeah, that's it. I know people were like, "Why haven't you been on here?" Oh, and I did post a couple weeks. No, oh my god, what am I saying? That was this week. I posted when he was walking in California, and then he trying to get away from my sister when she was like, "I thought you were gonna help me cook." And then that almost sent me over the edge. Some mom shamer came on there and was like, he has on the wrong shoes. His ankles are going to roll. You need to do loud, rude, wrong. Like the shoes he had on were from Stride Rite. They were approved. What is it? The American AM. Let me look it up so I don't misquote it. But I was just like, but why would you just come on here and mom shame of everything that's on this short? That's what you thought was important to say? American Podiatry. American Podiatric, so the feet, not pediatrician. Podiatric Medical Association. They have a seal of acceptance for shoes for children. And so like I'm very intentional about what I do with Sugar Bear. I'm not just out here winging it. Like, oh, those are cute, let me get them. But I thought that was strange. I'm not gonna lie. Those would be the people who are like, oh, I was trying to help. Who are you trying to help, man? Who are you trying to help? Uh and I think it was like he needs flat bottom shoes, which I'm not sure if she thought he had on high heels or what wasn't flat looking to her, but girl, you got the wrong one. Yes, he is. Let me see if I can show you. I got this filter on here, but I'll show you Mrs. Living in Hope. He is. I posted it on IG too, but also on the channel. Let me see. Uh-oh. Oh no, hold on. I gotta take this filter off. I gotta remember how I put it on here. Give me 2 seconds. Settings sounds like a good place to go. Virtual background, none. Okay. Now let me try that again. Can you guys see? Kinda. Watch this. He did not want to step on that gap. He's gonna say up here too. Okay. And you're up. Okay. Girls are up. Yeah, so that's him. He's walking and talking. He cracks me up. And he got his haircut today. He officially has a mohawk. I cut it with the scissors because my uncle, the barber, said clippers should not be put on his head until he's 2. I didn't ask why. He's a barber. He went to school. We'll go with that. But I definitely wanted his mohawk. He was getting like these little bat wings on the side, and it was getting hard to comb. So I was like, they would pop up, and I just took some scissors, and yeah. Thank you, love. Oh my God. Yes, he's on the move. Part of it was I sped it up too because he was taking a long, but he does go pretty fast, and he broke his fall twice. Like, I mean, he didn't fall, like, I think I'm saying that right. He broke his, like, he no, because when you break your fall, you actually fall, right? I don't know. Anyway, but you could see where he was almost about to fall, and then he caught his balance. And then that gap on the elevator, he didn't want to cross that. I'm like, oh, little New Yorker, mind the gap. Thank you, Lisa. Look, and even if they weren't the right shoes, he's your child. So sick of the shame. I know people just out the mouth with the shaming, real comfortable. Like, mind your own children. Thank you. Oh, I'm glad you're liking the shorts. So I saw the shorts, his little shoes. He's smart already, talking barely past 1. Right? Oh my goodness. He's not even 13 months yet. He'll be 13 months next week, but still, he's funny. Now he's changing the channel because I'm over here doing something else. Oh, thank you. Can I have that? No? Okay. And he's switching schools. I think I told you guys that. So next week is his last week at KinderCare. Thank you, Lisa. I'm excited. She has had a rough pregnancy, but she is a trooper. So baby is due July 23rd, and hopefully she doesn't kill me for telling all her business on the interwebs. She was 1 centimeter dilated when I talked to her. I'm trying to think, did I talk to her? I think it was Wednesday night or Thursday night. So yeah. So they'll be almost exactly a year apart. They'll be 13 months apart, basically. Well, 13 and a half, whatever. So that will be cool. I'm not going to say his name because I know for sure she don't want me saying all that. But she's having a boy, and Sugar Bear is going to be an uncle, which is pretty cool. Thanks, Mrs. Living in Hope. Yeah, she's having a little boy. Oh my God. And she said it was already 7 pounds and she still got like 3, 4 weeks to go. What's today? The 29th. She's doing the 23rd. So she's got 4 weeks to go. Um, she was like, I don't know how it's gonna get out. I was like, girl, God will find a way. It'll be all right. And you won't remember it later. Trust me. If you did, nobody would ever have a second kid. So it'll a Cancer. My niece's birthday. Oh, on the 23rd. Okay. All right, Donna. So cool that yes. I think also that is helping me with this cycle because I'm like before I was worried, will Sugar Bear have someone to grow up with? And now he's gonna grow up with his nephew. So even if this other cycle doesn't work, hopefully it does. Obviously, I want it to work because I'm paying for it financially, mentally, physically, all that fun stuff. But definitely he'll have someone his age who is on the East Coast. Let's see. A Cancer zodiac baby. My birthday is today. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Yes, exactly. Uncle Sugar Bear has a nice ring. I think he's gonna like it too because he's a little bossy. He feels, in charge. So I think he'll be. Are you playing guitar with the remote control? I think he'll dig it. Yeah. So we'll see. Yeah, she had what do you call it? Hypermesis gravidia, whatever that was that oh my God, why am I drawing a blank? Amy, what's her name? The comedian had. So hypermesis gravidia, I think is what it's called. So it's been a little bit rough, but she's been a trooper. And I'm glad she's having it soon because it's starting to get hot here in New York. And so yeah, I mean, she's gonna be pregnant in the hot month, but I feel like end of July, early August is really like hot, 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 and so she's at home under the air conditioner. Do people still say that we had a swamp cooler in one of the places that I lived growing up, and I would lay down in the hallway where the swamp cooler was and just lay under the AC to cool off in Fresno. Oh my God, it was hot in California. It was like 104 in Sacramento, which was crazy. Probably why I didn't go anywhere either. He doesn't think he is in charge. He is in charge. Okay, Lonnie. Yes, running things, huh? You giving that to me? Thank you. Oh my God, I got him one in California. It's a little fire truck, and so I had to order one for him here because he loved it. It's got a little person of color driving. There's a lid somewhere, but he loves pushing this thing around the floor. Which was nice in California because my sister has a big house. It's definitely not a New York condo. So I think her foyer is as big as my whole living room. So he had a good time like going back and forth. I think that also helped encourage him to between the space and my mom and just I don't know, he was like very open to walking. And so but he was still like walking, crawling, where now he's basically walking all the time. So except like when he hopped over that gap on the elevator, but yeah, the teacher was like, "Oh my God, he came back walking. He seems like such a big kid now." So yeah, because before he would do it, and he would do like the little drunk walk, like from the one ottoman to the other ottoman, or from one, like, and then hurry up and grab for it. And now he's just like, "Oh, I got this." Why are you throwing that? The little fireman is sad now. He got an owie. You want to say hi now that I took the filter off? Let me see. Come say hi. Or maybe you'll say bye. Come here. Let me see. Who's that? Who's that? Yes. Say bye. You say bye? Bye bye. You say it again? Bye. You gonna say it? Bye. You gonna say the word bye? Bye. No, he don't want to say it. Wait a minute. Say bye. Bye. Okay. You do patty cake? Patty cake, baker's man. No, now he wants to play with the keyboard. Okay. Wait. Thank you for making an appearance, sir. We appreciate you. Let me put my blur back on so he can go do whatever it is he's doing. Oh, now you're saying it. Hi. You do it? Hi. Hi. Now you're going to do patty cake too? Oh, be careful. You're close to the edge. Okay. Bye. Okay. All right. You and the fire truck should go and do things. Yeah. He can climb up and off the couch here. I just put him down. He's climbing back up on the couch. He likes to push furniture around too. I don't exactly know why. Doesn't like the vacuum. Doesn't like the blow dryer. Maybe he got it from the... Are you saying hi now? They can't hear you. Oh my God. Hi. Oh no, what happened, Elaine? What's the bad news? I just saw it. What happened? What's going on? Why the question mark? What happened? Oh, you exclamation point. What happened, Elaine? What's the good news? What's the bad news? What's going on? That your daughter's name is my niece's name, except my niece's name is spelled with an S. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, I spelled hers like the native, like the tribe. And the capital of Wyoming. Silly me, because I grew up with Tanika as a name, and I changed schools every single year until I got to high school. And so I thought every teacher always was like Tanika, Tonka. So I thought, oh, I'll give her a name. It's the capital of a state. All the teachers will know the capital of the state. Like everybody should know. No, they she still had trouble with people spelling and pronouncing her name. You still waving? Who you waving to now? He cracks me up. Oh my God. So this was him on the plane because they let you board early with the babies, and he's like the mayor of the Delta jetway. He was like, hi. Hi. Yes. Oh my goodness. Okay. Ow. Okay. He likes to pull his mother's hair. He thinks it's hilarious. Oh, you're giving mommy an owie. That's not nice. Ow. It's not funny. It makes me sad. Okay, go away. See no evil. Hear no evil. Okay. Oh my goodness. Yes. Uh-huh. Right, that part. Okay, you're gonna fall. You're gonna do an owie. Be careful. Look, you're gonna hit your head on this. Okay, they're waving back. You just can't see it. You want to do peekaboo? Peekaboo. Peekaboo. Oh my goodness. Peekaboo. Okay. All right. Can you go play with Mr. Fire Truck? Where did Liberty and Justice go? They said, oh, we got some peace for a minute. Right? He is straight up. He needs a chant. Although, no, he doesn't. That's just more work for me. The people need to be able to see me over here. Yes, that part. Thank you, love. It's getting better. He's practicing a lot. So finally pregnant on May 17th, transfer with our last embryo 5 weeks since we heard the heartbeat and now No. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh my God. Are they sure? I mean, I'm assuming you always want to like check again. I am so sorry. That happened to me in it was no, it was April of 2017. That is the worst. Ooh, do you have a therapist? Do you have somebody to talk to? I'm so sorry. No, don't apologize to us. We are lifting you up from afar. Oh my goodness. Everybody is sharing that. Yeah, it's never easy. Damn. You are definitely not alone. There are other people who have experienced that. So one, thank you for trusting us with that information and sharing with us, but also we've walked in your shoes and we are lifting you up from afar. Oh, you guys can't see. It's his birthday balloon. That's seen better days. Um, yeah. I'm so glad to see you smile with your precious baby. It was a long process. You so determined that. Yes, yes. We follow up with my OB on Monday. Okay, so hopefully they see something on Monday. It's just rough either way, and I feel like there's no. I don't know. For me, it felt like I felt bad for the doctor having to tell me. You know what I mean? Like it's just I wanted to be alone under a blanket in a dark room. Um, yeah. Even throughout my pregnancy with Sugar Bear, it was like I kept a lid on like my excitement because you just never know. Yes. Okay, both of you. Good, good. It's good to have somebody to talk to. Oh my God, I have a new therapist. She is amazing. We're doing some we're going back to childhood. I just want to make sure that I'm being the best parent that I can be and like identifying my childhood trauma, like specifics about it and making sure that I don't duplicate it or we either repeat it or we go swing to the other extreme. But definitely therapy is good. And never say never, you may want to have more embryos. There are other options if you want to do them, or you may have a hard cutoff and say, no, I don't want to do it. Oh my goodness. He's boxing with the balloon. Um anyway, I don't want to preach to you and I don't want to say the wrong thing. So I just know I'm praying for you and I'm lifting you up from afar. Follow your heart. Ah, okay. Right. Thank you for sharing that as Oliver. She is definitely not alone. Thanks, L. Davis. Oh my God, thank you. I'm tired. This was our travel week. Um, Also I will say real quick, Elaine, and then I'll move on because I don't want to make you self-conscious. But I went on Zoloft during this time because sorry. I don't know why I keep touching this, then I'm gonna obsess with it. I went on Zoloft because my anxiety was really bad about it. And anxiety and depression are definitely cousins. And that helped a little bit. I'm not saying it will help for you. I'm just sharing my experience. That helped a little. And then we upped it when I was pregnant. So I was on 50 milligrams of Zoloft, and then we upped it to 100 while I was pregnant. I'm still on 100. Um, just because there was something about becoming pregnant again and not sure if I'm going to get my take home baby. So there was a lot of anxiety. I mean, you guys know I was going crazy when people kept asking me how's the baby and I'm like, I don't know. So yeah, I mean that's just another therapeutic option too. But I'm sure you're in good hands with your professional, and you guys will figure out what works for you. Yeah. So I wanted to give you guys a catch up. I'm glad I got to touch base. Elaine, I'll definitely keep you in my prayers. Oh, you are okay. There you go. I knew that. I forgot though. Mama brain. I just some people get offended when you mention medication, especially like for mental health. They're like, I don't need pills. I'm not crazy. I'm like, okay, sis. There was are they called conductors on the subway? The subway's the train, right? The driver, whatever. The dude who's in charge of the train. There was people who were yelling at him. There was a baby with a lady with a baby cursing at him. I'm like, ma'am, your son can hear you. And it wasn't his fault. Like there was an accident on the train. Someone had died, and there was oh my god, I was gonna say Dodgers. I'm not in LA. What is the team here? Whatever the baseball team is in New York. Oh my god. Hey Google, what's the name of the New York baseball team?
The New York Yankees have 9 nicknames.
Oh my god. Okay, stop.
Damn Yankees, the Bombers.
Stop. Thank you. The Yankees, if there was a Yankees game that night, so the train was congested and late because someone died, and they were cursing this man out. And so I was like, I hope you have good mental health insurance. Like, and he was like, oh no, I have Jesus. Nothing is wrong with my mom. I'm like, okay, sorry, son. But I would need that if people were yelling at me all day about something that I had no control over, because I might snap. But we all know I don't have any place in customer service. That's not my calling. That is not my ministry. Oh, you are. Okay. Nice. So, oh, you're gonna fall off, sweetie. Oh, okay. Yeah. I wasn't talking to somebody about adoption. They did a surrogate and that was super expensive, but I know adoption can be expensive too. If anyone will take some advice and support, it is. Oh, thank you. Just a stubborn old lady. Up. You want the light? Bright light? Bright light? Okay. You covering your eyes from the bright light? Nope, don't grab my hair. Mommy does not want her hair pulled. Oh. Okay. Okay. So yeah, it's sending gentle hugs. I pray that you get through this period and you will be a mom. Yes. Yes. The highs and lows of this journey. If only everybody knew. Yeah. It worries me too with all of this. I'm gonna get political for 2 seconds and I'm gonna walk away from it. But all of this stuff related to abortion is very connected to IVF, and I don't think the people who are against the abortions realize that. And I've been screaming that from way back, because you're talking about when does life begin, and so some doctors are not going to. Oh my god! Ow! Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna put you down one more time. Try not to crawl back up here or climb back up here. Yeah, it kind of scares me with all of that, because then it's like doctors will only make enough. I don't even know what enough is, but the freezing of embryos is going to be a problem because of what happened in Alabama. And I was watching on the news the other day, like the Supreme Court, whatever they decided emergency abortions were okay somewhere. Like, why are all these old white men in my uterus? Like, what does it have to do with the law? Like, I feel like that's a religious choice. But if someone is like an atheist, they don't have that same thought about, they may or may not, let me correct myself. They may or may not have that same thought about when life begins. And then you have, I'm a true crime addict. You have all these people who have had babies who aren't even caring for them. They're like with the grandma. Watch Stephanie Boyd's Court. They're with the grandma, the sister, the CPS. So and then there's those of us who are trying and trying and trying. So sometimes it just seems like a cruel thing. But obviously, definitely I wouldn't have Sugar Bear without IVF, and I have 5 embryos left. So if they change the law, I would have to give my embryos to someone else. They would not be able to be destroyed. Now, of course, y'all know I'm trying to use mine, but it's scary. It's scary, like how there's supposed to be a separation of church and state, and I feel like there's a mixing of it. Yeah, yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna walk away from it. Oh, thank you, Mrs. Living in Hope. Constant action, just like a 1-year. Yes, he is on the move. Come here, let me see. Oh my gosh, she's always yanking on my hair. Don't have our plumbing exactly. And they're old. They're like, it's the worst, like old white men. Now I know there are 3 ladies on the Supreme Court, but one of them is super religious and defers to men. I don't think any of them are child rearing age. And also, it gets complicated when you mix that up because lawyers are lawyers, doctors are doctors. Like, are they convening with medical people to even understand like the IVF process before they start saying life begins at conception? Because then everybody who has embryos, that can be offensive. I don't have a child at home, but I have these 10 embryos or whatever, not me specifically, but you could have embryos and not have a child, but these people are screaming, look, that life has already started. Yeah, you paid a lot of money to have these embryos, but you may not get a baby out of it. So it's just like, it's dangerous. Yes. It's scary. If I was in Texas now, I would get the services I need. I would not get the services I need. I'm in California. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, and when I had my miscarriage in 2017, we ended it with the Miso, whatever that is, a pill basically, to like expel everything from my uterus. What do they call that? Contents of pregnancy or something like that. Anyway, or product of conception. Oh my God, I'm mixing up the acronyms. Product of conception. And some people wouldn't even be able to have that. So anyway, I said I wasn't. Let me just so let it be. Let it be. All right, ladies. Well, thanks for checking in on me. I just wanted to give an update because I saw some of you guys dropping comments like, where have you been on the shorts post? So I am hanging out with the baby, working on Operation Big Brother, and I have things that are filmed. I just don't know what I'm gonna edit. Editing can take hours, and he's growing so fast. Like I want to spend that time with him when I have free time. So we'll figure it out. Maybe he'll start sleeping. So I'm going to convert his crib into a bed. So we're going to try to get him in his bed. But what happens now, because everyone is like, well, he has to sleep sometime. Yeah, he sleeps when I'm next to him. Like if we're going to bed, like he's not going to go to sleep if I'm not laying next to him. If I get him to go to sleep and then I get up like 20-30 minutes later, he's up looking for me. Oh yeah? Am I telling you business? You don't like that? All right, everybody. I will talk to you all later. Thanks for checking in on us. I love you all. Oh, nice to be seen, I should say, because I can't see you guys. Nice to be seen.